All right, well, we're happy to welcome back once again Doug Bentz from the San Jose Sharks to give us a little preview of the 21-22 season here at SAP Center. Let's start with the event that's occurring this Sunday, 1 o'clock, the skills competition. What are fans going to look forward to? I'm assuming this is going to be kind of a takeoff of what we're used to from an all-star game.
Yeah, good to see you, AJ. First of all, thanks for having me. Always fun to be on with you. I'm really looking forward to this Sunday's event. So I think it's a little bit of NHL skills competition, a little bit of our own kind of take on some skills, and then a little bit of really getting to know our players' personalities that you wouldn't necessarily get to see on the ice, but maybe with the helmets off. So we have some of the traditional skills competition events like the hardest shot challenge, the accuracy challenge. We have some fun stuff like we're doing a goalie challenge where goalies are going to try to shoot down to the other end. So getting the goalies into the mix, which they just usually get scored on in the breakaway challenge, they get to do some offense. And then in between all these events, really having the broadcasters get a little bit of inside knowledge into what's going on with the players, how their offseason was, what they're looking forward to for the season, and really just try to get maybe uncover some off the ice skills as part of the skills showcase. We actually just a few days ago launched actually the ability for fans to vote for who they'd like in each of the skills. So trying to bring some fan engagement, get fans involved in the event. So fans can go to sjsharks.com/skills to go and vote for who they want in each event. And by doing so, they can also enter to win tickets to opening night. So I would encourage fans to go check that out.
So is this skills competition, is this only going to be involving say like the final roster? Will we see like a guy like a Sachenko or a Melnichuk out there with Hill and Reimer?
Yeah, so it's going to be who's on the roster come Sunday. The final roster is not totally set, so obviously that'll be announced on the skills showcase page when it is. But it will be the guys who are up on the roster.
Excellent. All right, and is this something that you if you have fun with it, maybe this becomes an annual thing, or?
Yeah, so this was actually something we discussed before the pandemic, because at our last Fan Fest, we got a lot of great feedback on the Legends game, and we were trying to find a way to bring out and really highlight the players more, and really show a different angle to them, do something new, do something fresh. Obviously, the circumstances now make a skills challenge much easier to put on as opposed to a Fan Fest. So I think, yeah, our intention is this is an experiment, but if it goes well and there's a great reception by fans, I think this is something that we'd love to do on an annual basis.
Yeah, at some point, maybe get a couple of the boys mic'd up, get a little smack talking going, a little chirping. I'd like that.
Absolutely, yeah. It's all about really that angle of seeing the players for who they are, their personalities. We have such great guys on the team, and to really just bring that out and really uncover that for fans is something we look to do, and hopefully something beyond skills challenge we'll continue to do throughout this year.
Well, that leads me then into opening night. Weird quirk in the schedule where you essentially have a week off between camp and then finally get opening night on the 16th versus Winnipeg. So what can fans expect with that? Let me start, with the first question being, will the doors maybe be cracked open a little early for that first game just because everybody's going to have to get used to using the Clear app because you must be fully vaxxed to enter the building? Is there anything going on with regards to that to start off?
Yeah, so I think crack the doors open a little early is probably a good way to put that. I don't think there's an official or early door open time, but certainly we're cognizant of wanting to get people into the building. I think that also goes with the fact that we want to get fans here early to make sure that we can get them into the arena early and be comfortable with the ingress, considering the health safety protocols. So I would encourage all fans to show up early to the game. In terms of what's happening, of some entertainment for showing up early, we're going to do a march to the tank like we have in previous years. That'll start in San Pedro Square. We're doing it in cooperation with the Steel City crew this year. Expect to have a good turnout as they march from San Pedro Square to the SAP Center. That's going to start somewhere around the 5:30, 5:45 timeframe. And then out on Barack Obama Boulevard outside the arena, we're doing, again, something a little bit different than in the past. We've actually are working with 12 different chalk artists and are going to do a chalk art exhibition out on the street, which they're actually going to start earlier in the day and work throughout up until game time. We also have NBC, who's taking a little bit of a different footprint, being right up by the front of what you usually see as the street rally, doing the pregame show there, starting at 6:30, and really looking for fans to come be part of that in the background of the show and be part of really the pregame activities. We'll also have some fan engagement items also out on the street where fans can take photos and really start to get excited for the game. But certainly, arrive early to make sure that the entry into the arena goes quickly.
Are there any protocols that fans need to be aware of when it comes to distancing out during the street rally, or is it just kind of like, be smart?
Yeah. So there's no protocols. It's an open area. So again, like former street rallies, it's not going to necessarily be enclosed to the area. It's going to be open. That was part of the intent of the revised format, that things are naturally spread out. Being outside, there's obviously no mandates on masks or proof of vaccination like there is within the arena. So I think be smart for people who are more comfortable wearing a mask or distancing. We're definitely supportive of that, but there's no protocols necessarily for outside.
Excellent. Let me ask you about the chalk artists, because are we talking about those guys who do those cool, like, 3-dimensional depth things that kind of freak people out?
So I'm not going to reveal what the artists have in mind, but that's definitely the direction. I mean, there's going to be 12 different artists, 12 different perspectives. I think each one is going to have a different take on either their shark fandom or kind of how they interpret the sharks. I think there's going to be a mix of original artwork and some who are taking some famous or well-known sharks imagery and putting it into chalk. So I think it'll be very interesting. I'm actually personally looking forward to doing that, and it continues our connection with the art community and trying to kind of have this bond between art and sports and entertainment, which I think has just been really successful for us, and I think really draws in different fans from different areas. So I think it'll be an interesting exhibition.
So then once we get fans through the doors for opening night, there is a welcome back pack. That's your opening promotion. First thing I have to ask, what is a digital fan toolkit?
So a digital fan toolkit is basically a digital experience within the Sharks Plus SAP Center app that's going to run you through basically everything you need to know for really being a Sharks fan for opening night and going forward. It ties into obviously the schedule magnet and the pins and really just tries to give those who are at the game really an inside look about what they need to know from the fans' perspective.
All right. And so it's a pin, it's a magnet schedule, it's this digital toolkit.
Correct.
All right. And so it's going to be opening night. We've seen different things before. There's been on ice projection. A couple seasons ago, there was kind of a circular curtain that came down from the scoreboard. Any hints, any little teases you can give for the fans to look forward to on October 16th?
Yeah, so we've waited a long time to get fans back in the arena for an opening night like this. So it's going to be a big show. I think I would say it's going to rival any of the shows, whether it's opening night or playoffs before. I think the one interesting part is in general, we've done those things maybe just for opening night, and it hasn't necessarily extended beyond that. I think the big thing that's going to happen now is we're going to see a big part of that open show extend throughout the rest of the season. So, some of the things that I think you've seen that have really made our experience unique has been, the LED bracelets, and projection. So I would expect us to continue those that we've heard from fans that they love. But there's going to be a little bit of a twist to that. I'll leave it at that. But again, another reason to be in the arena early, be in your seats, be ready. I think the energy in there from being back, seeing the team, and that opening show is going to be amazing. So be sure to come early.
Can the fans expect a special guest for the ceremonial puck drop?
No special guests for puck drop on opening night.
Make Sharky do it. So we have seen through the promotions page that there are some nights that have been blocked out so far. Black History, Sharky's birthday, Los Tiburones, a lot of the ones that fans have gotten used to with the jerseys giveaway.
Yep.
Haven't seen anything regarding bobbleheads or any other promotions announced as of yet. Are those gonna kind of dribble out slowly? Can fans look forward to, once again, Bay Area Unite evenings?
Yeah, so I think maybe there's two questions there. One about giveaways, one about theme nights. So so in terms of the giveaways, yeah. So I think we are working on some others. I'm not going to necessarily guarantee those are happening, but we'd certainly like to roll out more as the season goes, whether that's a specific theme or whether it's even a different twist on giveaways altogether. So I think I would definitely stay tuned on the giveaway angle. I guess as it relates to theme nights, again, I think really it was important for us, as you can probably see with the giveaway schedule, that we really coalesce around our Teal Together messaging and our Teal Together philosophy. And really this year trying to align our giveaways, our themes, and our community causes all into one. And I think that's probably, if not obvious, that saying that you should see how those are all kind of coming together, as opposed to some of the giveaways in the past have been, the bobbleheads specifically have been very themed around a player or some kind of activity that player has done. Not that we're deprioritizing that, but I think we really wanted to elevate and bring not only awareness, but bring kind of connection to the Teal Together message, and really trying to raise the profile of some of the things that we really believe in. So that being said, I think, again, we continue to work on potentially other theme nights that are a little bit more, based on fan engagement as opposed to the overall strategy. So again, I think over the course of the season, you may see some of those be added to the schedule.
All right. We know that Aramark took over for merchandising since, I believe, last March. So what does that change, if anything at all, for the fan experience, whether it's coming into the store, which I'm assuming is going to be a little bit more of a different process to get in and out of the store, since you want to try to keep people so they're not jam-packed together. But how does that whole thing kind of change?
Yeah, so there's a I guess it's a long conversation with merchandise, because we're putting certainly a lot of effort into this. Aramark has been a wonderful partner as we really try to change, our whole, merchandise operations, and really what we're offering fans through merchandise. That obviously starts with sharksproshop.com, but that doesn't necessarily change the opening night experience. But I think that's a huge part of really trying to make sure that we're offering fans that they want, when they want it, and how they want to access it. So that being said, I think in terms of opening night, you're going to see a refresh of the Shark store. There's going to be a refresh of what you see on the concourse in terms of what we call those walk-up locations that are right on the concourse, and then the walk-in locations, which are the ones that you actually walk into on the concourse. We're looking at actually what merchandise goes into each of those. So, for example, on the concourse, one of the walk-ups is going to become a game used location, so we can feature game used items. So again, taking that from either what's been in the store in the past or what's been online, and trying to bring some of that and feature that up on the concourse. Going to continue to have the women's store as one of the walk-ins, but that's going to be refreshed, again, looking at feedback in terms of a product and how it's actually even displayed and what's featured. That's going to be refreshed. One of the other walk-ins is really going to focus on jerseys and hats, again, to help not necessarily help with some of the traffic that goes to the store, and making sure that if you're on the concourse, you're going to be able to get the same things in the store, to make sure that we even out that traffic to others. And then one of the walk-ins will be kind of what I think we're calling like a mini store. So it'll be kind of the variety you'd see in the Shark store, but up on the concourse. So I think you'll see some refreshes there. You'll see some refreshes in the store. Obviously, we made a big investment into mobile ordering. So being able to order merchandise on the app for pickup at the store, again, is another way where fans can have an option to buy without necessarily going to the store, and if they don't want to go to the concourse. So I think between really that refresh of the locations and then mobile ordering, in terms of access, that's probably what you'll see new. In terms of a product, which has been a real focus of ours, making sure that we're trying to bring in new items, more original items, higher quality. To be honest, I think we are dealing with what the world's dealing with in terms of some of the supply chain issues. And so while I think we'll make some small steps towards improvement there in time for opening night, I think that's going to be a much longer run over the course of the season. I think we have a lot of really cool, unique, original things coming down the pipe, but that's looking more probably towards the end of the calendar year and maybe into next year. So I think you'll see some changes. I think you'll see kind of a refreshed view at kind of how we're displaying things, how we're trying to improve the fan experience. But I think that's going to just improve tremendously over the course of the season as we work through the product supply chain issues. So some improvement on opening night. As the course of the season goes, I think you'll see a much bigger improvement, and then layer on top, what we're doing with sharksproshop.com and trying to really give greater access through e-commerce. I think fans will be satisfied with where we end up over the course of the season in terms of merchandise.
So to confirm, there's no plans to open a store at a San Diego shipping port, is what you're saying.
That sounds and feels like a rumor.
It could be. When you get back to the game used walk-in, are we talking? Is that strictly jerseys? Or are we talking there will be sticks, pucks, random game items?
Yeah, it certainly won't just be jersey. I think it'll be a variety of items. Again, I think similar to what we've done with sharksproshop.com in terms of putting some game used items on there and trying to kind of gauge what the reaction is from fans and what demand is. We'll probably do the same with the game used walk up and see really what fans are interested, what's available, what we have, and try to really evolve as the season goes on.
Excellent. So that it kind of thin out the equipment sale a little bit over the course of a season, if you will.
Yeah. I think, we have so many plans in place, and I think really what's just stopping us is the ability to get product here on the ground and really in fans' hands. So I really, there's going to be a lot of news that comes out on merchandise over the course of the season that I think is going to really bring to light our vision in terms of what we want to do in that area, because we know it's just such an important part of the fans' experience.
And then we should also note that this season, because of a quirky schedule, Fan Appreciation Night this time around will be Saturday, April 23rd versus the Blackhawks.
Correct.
Yes. So that way, so the final game at SAP will be the 26th against Anaheim, but 23rd is the Fan Appreciation Night that we're all used to.
Correct. Correct.
That will be Sharky with shooting out with the air cannon T-shirts and all of that stuff.
Correct. Yeah, we felt strongly that having that on a Saturday night made a lot of sense in terms of making it the large event that really it's come to be, and the energy and enthusiasm around a Saturday night feels very much in line with what fan appreciation is all about. So that's why we made that decision.
Excellent. Well, is there anything else? Any teases? Any something that maybe Sharks fans should be looking out for on social channels, or just kind of keeping an eye out around the building?
Yeah, so I guess I'd be remiss if on the merchandise topic I didn't mention that at the Skills Showcase this Sunday we will be having a 50% off sale throughout the arena, with the exception of jerseys and game used. So again, another great reason to come down to the Skills Showcase and really be able to do some early shopping here for the holiday season before we get into the regular season. In terms of other things to look out for, I think we're as the season goes on, I think using our mobile app for potential giveaways is something that I think we're really trying to look at, and really trying to again expand what we mean by giveaways, not only just being something at the doors. I'd definitely look out for something there. And as the season progresses into next year, I think we're already working on a lot of nice surprises for next season. So as the season goes on and gets into the later stages, you may start seeing some teases about what's already planned for next year.
My curiosity is piqued between you and Jonathan Becker. You guys are the kings of teases. And it always seems to be like, well, if you pay attention, you'll get it. And then, of course, a year goes by and you go, oh, okay, now I get it. Well, thank you so much for letting us know what to look forward to during the 21-22 Sharks season. And skills competition this Sunday, 1 p.m.
1 p.m. Yeah, you can find tickets and details at sjsharks.com/skills. 4-packs for tickets start at only $30, so a great time out for families. Very, very, very affordable. Great way to see the players in a different light, and the 50% off sale as a kicker is a great thing. And then if you are by SAP Center, we just had all of our new external or exterior signage with all of our new Sharks flip go up. So that's always actually a personal highlight for me when the new signage goes up. You're ready for a new season, and it's just very, very energizing. The new artwork looks great. Big shout out to our creative team here. But the Sharks season's upon us, and it's really exciting. It'll be great to see the fans back at SAP Center and see what they think of everything we're doing.
Awesome. Well, we'll have to hook up on opening night, or I don't know. Are the cookie nachos going to be available for the Vegas game on the 9th here, the final preseason? Can we make that happen?
I believe so. I have already laid my eyes on the cookie nachos. So I think it's a safe bet that they will be there.
Excellent. Well, thanks so much for joining us, and we will see you at the tank.
Yeah. Thank you much.